Hello, sweet friend. My name is Micah. I'm the illustrator behind Collage Club, and every month I like to make a video like this one where I show you what's included in this month's printable collection and chat to you about all these cute kitties. So yeah, as you can see, we're slowly going into spring. Or at the very least, I had spring on my mind, and I think it shows. I'm so ready to be outside and have some warmer weather. The winter has been long. So yeah, I really got inspired by that. And with this first one, there was also a lovely Collage Club member who suggested this, and I'm so grateful for it because this was so much fun. So the cats are bird watching this month. I have grown really fond of the birds in our backyard, and I love watching them and trying to identify them. And yeah, we have a bird feeder like this, which is always so lovely to see everybody come and getting a snack. Of course, you also get the occasional squirrel, but I don't actually draw birds all that much, so this was a fun challenge, something new to try. And yeah, the bird connoisseurs might be able to identify some of these birds, though I must say that there's a little bit of artistic license with some of the coloring and the way that the pattern works on their little chubby bodies. But yeah, there was some looking up references involved. So yeah, just some little cute backyard birds. And I already used some of these elements to decorate my March title page. If you've been around for a while, you know that this year I am using this title page to look up a poem that I feel resonates at the moment or for the month. And so yeah, I like to decorate that and pick out a poem. So yeah, I think that turned out really sweet with the bird and just watching the bird, and the poem is sort of about mindfulness and being in the moment, and I just thought that really went well together. So yeah, that's those. I hope you like them. And then, of course, with the thoughts of spring, also comes the urge for a refresh. I don't know why that is. Why is that? I guess we've been in our houses, in our homes for so much of the time during winter that we feel like we need to just let it all out and open the windows and get the dust off and whatnot. But I mean, of course, I kept them, in such a way that they are useful for any day that you're doing lots of cleaning and laundry and such things. Yeah, so I just hope that they bring some cuteness to the days that are filled with chores like this. Yeah. And then I did some corresponding lettering as well. So yeah, cute and hopefully useful. Now here we have a motley crew. I'm gonna talk about these in just a moment, and I'm just gonna focus on these because I have a little bit more to say about those. For one, I created this little label here, and I thought it would be really cute to use that to indicate what book you're reading currently. But I also think this might be nice as this book belongs to, either if you want to stick that into your novels or other books that you potentially want to lend to a friend, but also in just your journals, like this book belongs to kind of thing. So yeah, that can be used in all kinds of ways. And I do feel like with this border, I was channeling a little bit of Erin Ware. I'm a longtime supporter of her Patreon because I love her artwork so much. And yeah, she does a lot of wonderful things with borders. So I might have been inspired there. And I realized that I hadn't done fashion cats in a while, outfit of the day cats. So I felt like with the weather warming up, at least where I live, we could use some more cats in lighter outfits, losing the coats. We do still have some scarves, I must say. I do love a good scarf. But yeah, usually I give my fashion cats different eyes. Do I have one around to show you? I may have. Oh, well, this one is not. That's Christmas. That's not what I mean. Hold on. Well, this one. She's not fully cut out, but usually my fashion cats, or auntie cats as I call them, have more this kind of face. But this time I tried it with the more minimalistic face with the dot eyes. Let me know if you have a preference, or if you just like whatever happens to be on the sheets. Yeah, I'm always curious about those kinds of things. But I'm also totally fine with you not having a preference and just letting me do what I do. But yeah, so about these tiny cats, sometimes I draw a little doodle and then that all kind of sets off this domino effect. So I think it started out with this one, with this cutie here, with the watercolor tube with the paint coming out. And so then I was like, oh, that would be so cute if this cat had some friends and they're all getting into the into the painting supplies and they're creating a huge mess. And so that's how all of these started and came about. And then I had so much fun. I created some more stuff for them. So these little memo sheets I thought would be really cute to have. And you will notice that these ones are actually bigger than these ones. And I hope this is going to make sense. So, of course, this element is pretty big because the watercolor palette is big. But I wanted each of the cats to be the same size because I like that when you scatter them all throughout the page, that they're all the same size because they're all the same kind of tiny cat. This is going on in my brain when I draw. And so this kind of determined how big they were. But then, although this is a really big element, once I cut out the one with just the brush, I was like, oh, that is more tiny than I thought it was. And so I figured I'll also give them to you in bigger, which makes this one and this one with the paint palette very, very big. But it can still fit on an A5 size journal page and could be really cool as just a big element on a page, or even just on your sketchbook cover, those kinds of things. So, you know, they might be a little bigger than what you're used to, but then the other ones kind of are more normal sized. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. And then I had some awkward space, so I put in this cutie twice because I figured pencil is always useful. I always grab these kinds of things when I make little notes or whatnots. So yeah, and then these blobs are actually not watercolor, they are ink. I just wanted to play around with some of my fountain pen inks, and I was curious of how they scan and what I can do with them, and so I thought they were kind of nice. And then once I had all of these elements, I was like, oh my goodness, we need date numbers to go along with that whole theme of the splotching watercolor all throughout, because, and I prepared some examples, just like a good TV cooking chef, because I liked the idea of having the date numbers and the cats all on like a calendar page, and then it looks like the cats have made splotches all around, and created these numbers, basically. I don't know. I think it's cute. It's just one of those things that I got into my head, and then I had to make it. These smaller numbers, I can show you, they also look good in the Hobonichi weeks. So if you have a smaller notebook, smaller planner, that works too. So here, same idea, just in the weeks format. So yeah, I don't know. I hope you have lots of fun with these. Yeah, like I said, I think I need that on one of my sketchbooks for sure, because that's so cute. Yeah, so again, these smaller numbers work great for weeks, and then the bigger numbers are for any of the bigger books. And then here we have this shooting star and this flower. Again, I was just messing about with the ink and trying to see what I could come up with and create, trying to use inks kind of similarly to watercolor and to try to figure out what the differences are and how I would want to use them. So yeah, that's just for funsies there. So ultimately, if you print every single sheet in this collection, you will get the watercolor art supply cats in 3 sizes. You have the regular size as they were originally drawn, and then the bigger size, and then they're obviously also in the minis, and the minis is what I used for my Hobonichi weeks. So yeah. Then I also wanted to create just a sheet with more, yeah, I guess random elements, just things that come to mind whenever I sit that down with my sketchbooks that I think of. Or I think this, yeah, this was also a request. I had done in a previous month, I had done a similar cat with her wallet, and somebody asked for another version of that. I hope you can tell that this is supposed to be wallet and this is supposed to be money that she's taking out. Yeah, and then got some requests for some clover or shamrock. I actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, I don't know if there's a difference between shamrock and clover. I hope I did that right. But yeah, so we have some of those elements, and here's a cute little kitty trying to steal the cake. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, just driving with the car and just holding up this note paper. This is really fun. I already used that in one of my notebooks to put in, for example, your if found contact information for your notebooks. But of course, you could just put in a note or a reminder for an event on your calendar pages. I guess you can use that for all kinds of things. I always find this kind of stuff is nice to have around, and yeah, you can always use a computer, laptop, cat working hard, or earning the dough. And then yeah, we have our March lettering, and then I don't know if you rant in your journal, but I thought that might be fun, a fun thing to have, fun word. So yeah, that is this. All of these drawings, I don't know if that's of interest to you. We're done with, I don't have it around anywhere. We're done with the Uniball Jetstream. That is the pen that comes with the Hobonichi. And yeah, just switching it up, drawing on real paper and switching up the methods. I really like how some of these turned out a little bit sketchy. So with the like wobbly line and things like that. So I hope you enjoy that too for your journals. So yeah, that is that one. And then of course, as always, we have the minis, so cute and dainty. You will notice that the things that are not in the minis are of course the numbers, just because we have both sizes on this sheet. And then the other thing that doesn't have a mini are the little note papers that go along with all the watercolor elements, because I felt like they were small enough to still put in, for example, smaller A6 journals, so I didn't think they needed to be included here. But yeah, that is the collection for March. I hope you enjoy the sort of mix of elements, some more themed than others. I always try to keep that in mind, so that if you're not into, for example, the watercolor art supply cats, that there is something for you to use. Or of course we have cat friends joining us that are going to be heading into fall and not into spring. So yeah, I hope there's always something in there for everyone. I thought next month it might be fun to do, again, some more spring flowers. But what are your thoughts on some sakura elements? Sakura season, last time I looked it up, is sort of end of March, April. So that would sort of fit. Let me know if you would be interested in that, or if you have any other requests. I also still have some on my list that I'm working through, but I'm always happy to add more. And then the last sort of housekeeping note that I wanted to make, well, two actually. One is that since the beginning of this year, I'm only keeping the most recent 4 collections on the website available for members. So that means this month will be the last month to download December. That's going to be archived by the end of March. And then secondly, I had mentioned in last month's video that I am working on setting up a shop so that you can purchase previous collections or elements of previous collections that you may have missed. And I'm still working on that. I thought I would have that done by now. But surprise, surprise, things take longer than you think. So yeah, that's still in the works, but I'm hoping to get that up by the end of March, or I mean, hopefully in the first 2 weeks of March. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your time with me and for joining Cat Collage Club, for sharing in the love for cats and cuteness and stationery. I'm so grateful to be here and to get to create these cuties for you every month. Yeah, just very, very fun. And I do hope you get a lot of joy out of these. Okay, enough chatter. Until next time, happy journaling!